Today is day 4 of Banned Books Week, and I am going to be reading Alice on Her Way by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. The next Sunday, Les didn't come over either. I could always run over to his place with a care package and see how he's doing, Sylvia suggested. Chocolate chip cookies and homemade bread. He has 2 housemates, and if anything's wrong, they'd tell us, said Dad. On Wednesday night, though, Lester called and asked if we had enough dinner for 4. "How does beef stroganoff sound?" Sylvia said, and I take it the answer was affirmative. I was setting the table when Les came in. We eat in the kitchen unless we have company. "Where have you been, the South Pole?" I asked, giving him a quick once-over. "Busy," said Lester. If there was anything different about him, it was that he looked more alert and alive. I figured he'd finished the big paper he was working on and was feeling good about it. As we all sat down and Sylvia passed the salad, Les said, "Just wanted to tell you that I've met someone really special." If we were dogs, 3 sets of ears would have pricked up all at the same time. Our eyes were all focused on Lester. "Aha!" said Dad. "That explains it." Les grinned and helped himself to the stroganoff. I met her 6 weeks ago in a statistics course. Then we started having lunch together, and for the past few weeks we've been going out. Was this it? I wondered. Was Les really and truly in love? "What's she like?" I asked. My ears felt like satellite dishes, ready to pick up at the slightest murmur. Smart, caring, funny, attractive. "I can't wait to meet her," said Dad, smiling. "What's her name?" "Tracy Freeman. Majoring in special ed. We've had some long talks." "Now that does sound serious," said Sylvia. Why was he telling us all this, I wondered. Lester had never told us much about his girlfriends before. "Some people," said Lester, "you never get to know them completely. And others, like Tracy, you just spill your guts to the second you meet." "Guts doesn't sound especially romantic to me," I said. He only laughed. "What does Tracy like to do when she's not in school?" asked Dad. "Loves to travel, loves the theater, does some watercolor painting. She's not much into sports. I offered to give her tennis lessons, but I don't think she'll take me up on it. Anyway, I think you'd like her. And did I mention that she's African American?" I stopped chewing. So did Dad and Sylvia. "No, you didn't mention that," said Dad. "George and Paul think she's great. We've had her over for dinner a couple times, and one time she cooked for us. Great cook, too." Sylvia smiled. "Les, is there anything not perfect about Tracy?" "Well, as I said, she needs tennis lessons," he told us. Later, after Les went home, I looked at Dad and said, "Well, what do you think?" I've never heard him talk about any other woman this way except Lauren. "I think Les has a good head on his shoulders and is old enough to do what he's doing," said Dad. I began to see Patrick around school with the girl he took to the dance. The girl who plays first flute in band. Marcy Bernardo. They didn't kiss in the halls like Sam and me, but a couple of times I saw Patrick put his arm around her. What do the really brainy kids talk about when they're making out, I wondered. Quantum physics? Magnetic poles? Solar flares? The Big Bang? Sam was definitely more of a hands-on kind of guy, always touching my arm, my cheek, my neck, my back. And I liked it. Too much, perhaps. I wanted more. Gail talked about that in one of my Our Whole Lives classes, too. How that's the way we're supposed to feel. That's how bodies are supposed to react. One of the topics we'd chosen for discussion was lovemaking, and the Sunday we talked about that, just to take some of the awkwardness out of it, we came to the session to find that Gail and Bert had borrowed road signs from the State Highway Department and had propped them up around the room. Stop, yield, dangerous curves, slippery when wet, slow, resume speed, merge, proceed with caution. It made us laugh. Cedar Lane Church is pretty liberal, I guess, but when you come right down to it, I think Gail and Bert's attitude about us having sexual intercourse was more on the order of stop or slow than proceed with caution. I got on my computer later and invited Liz and Pamela to my chat room. Pamela thought the road sign idea was a riot when I told her about it. "Love Liz 13. I can't believe all you talked about, Alice. If you ever marry anybody from that class, there won't be any surprises left. PJ Hot Babe. Surprises are out, Liz. Nobody expects surprises anymore. Love Liz 13. Well, that's too bad, because there should be something left to discover. Alice Bug 322. I sort of feel that way too. PJ Hot Babe. Well, maybe you'll find out your new hubby wears lifts in his shoes. Alice Bug 322. Or he has a glass eye, or wears a toupee. Love Liz 13. What if I'm wearing a padded bra? Is that false advertising? PJ Hot Babe. Absolutely. Even shoulder pads count. Alice Bug 322. Maybe nudists have it right. When a nudist proposes, he's already inspected the merchandise top to bottom.